And now for two final items. A spokesman for Precinct 27 confirmed tonight that police have begun a new crackdown on scofflaws. Already in custody is Willie Washington, who was arrested early this morning and charged with failure to reply to 189 parking tickets. Further arrests are expected in the next few days. So if anyone out there has a handful of unpaid summonses, the time to pay up is now.
Hey, that's pretty good. She's wearing a little humor into it.
Quiet, quiet, quiet.
Over on the other side of our town, at the east side heliport, police encountered a problem of a different kind. After numerous complaints, including a number from joggers who questioned their own eyesight, officers located the predator who had been snatching brown paper bags, usually containing the lunches of people who settled on benches to eat their midday meal and watch the helicopters take off and land. The culprit? A 47-pound chimpanzee, probably escaped from one of the local medical facilities. The area is once again considered safe.
Mary's doing a damn good job.
Come on, Jack.
Shh.
This is Mary Ryan Finelli for Channel 1 News. Thank you and good night.
For heaven's sake, can't we listen to her? Can't you stop talking for once?
I wouldn't answer that if I were you. He didn't mean anything by that, Doc.
Well, yeah, sure I did. Of course I did. I meant that Mary's doing a damn good job, and give me one reason why I shouldn't say so.
Because we would like to listen to what the young lady has to say instead of your inane remarks. Oh, you're looking wonderful tonight, Mary. Oh, Mary, I love your hair that way. Oh, Mary, give him hell.
I took the liberty of commenting favorably upon the professional delivery of your daughter and my wife. Now, I don't know what your problem is. Mary was damn good. Was she or wasn't she?
Oh, I prefer not to answer that.
You're suggesting she wasn't?
Well, I didn't think that last item was handled very well.
Oh, everybody's a critic.
Yeah, Finelli's right. You're being too picky.
Well, no, look, I'd like to agree with you, but the fact is, I didn't think it was so wonderful.
Hi. Did you see the show?
I did.
Well, what'd you think? Any improvement?
Much better for the most part. You cut down on the gestures. You didn't lean into the camera once.
Well, thank you. I think. For the most part.
Well, there is a constructive criticism I could make about your last item.
The one about the chimpanzee, I thought I handled that very well.
No.
Okay. We'll start again. What did you find that I did wrong this time?
Little John, aren't you tired of doing that? Honey, where are you getting your energy from? You should be exhausted, ready for a nap. I'm the one who's exhausted.
Well, hello, my little chickadee. How is everything?
How is everything? How does everything look? Everything is terrible.
What's that noise?
Well, little John is in your closet. He thinks it's a secret cave. But don't worry about it. I left the door open and I took the dry cleaning bags out.
What's the noise?
Well, the noise, huh? It's his carpentry set. I said he could take apart your shoe trees.
Delia.
No, I'm sorry. I was desperate. I had to do something. I'll buy you new ones. I promise.
Hey, little John. Little John, whoa, 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 whoa. Now, take a break with that. Here, why don't you have a go with your airplane, huh?
That's a miracle.
You're bigger than he is.
Yeah, I know I'm bigger than he is, but he's much faster than me. Where were you today, anyway?
I was over at the hospital seeing patients.
I'll bet.
Where else would I be?
Well, I was here, strapped to the B-A-B-Y. I don't know. Let's see. Where could you have been? Maybe you were in the patient lounge watching a football game. I don't know.
Not exactly.
Yeah, you probably were. Well, I was here all alone.
You weren't alone, Dee.
You're right. I certainly wasn't. It's too much. It's too much.
What is?
The H-I-M.
Oh.
I'm gonna call it Maeve. I'm gonna beg for mercy. Maybe her back is better.
Honey, I don't want to argue with you, but I've got to point out that if you plan on continuing with the custody hearings, that it would hardly do you any good to confess that after a couple of days with H-I-M that you're ready to climb the walls and go crying for help.
What am I supposed to do? I mean, you weren't even here.
Wait just a minute. Now, this whole thing was your idea from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And I said that I would go along with it. And if you got the impression that I was going to do your work for you and take care of my duties at the hospital, then, honey, you got the wrong idea.
Wait a second, Roger. I never said I wanted you to do my work for me. Now, I just think a baby should have two parents, that's all.
Delia, traditionally, the rearing of a child is divided in a realistic fashion. The mother copes during the daytime, the father helps at night, and on weekends.
I know all that, but today was a holiday, and where were you?
Doctors work on holidays.
I know that, Roger, but I've been here all alone. The two of us in this one dinky room. I mean, I imagined little John here, but I thought he'd have his own room and he'd have a nanny.
And I imagined that you would be mature enough to look after little John for a few days on your own.
Wait a second. I have matured. I know it.
Well, then perhaps it's the W-O-R-K that doesn't agree with you.
That was a cruel and very vicious thing to say to me.
Look, truth isn't always pleasant to the ears. Now, honey, what have we got for dinner?
What do you mean, what do we have for dinner?
The evening repast, a meal prepared for consumption at the end of a day.
I hate it when you make fun of me. I really hate it.
Look, I'm not much amused to come home and find all this.
What am I supposed to do, huh? Well, maybe we can go out to dinner.
We can also eat here. For crying out loud, Dee, he's only one small boy. Now, you ought to be able to cope with that.
Suppose I can't.
I won't accept it. Now, what do we have in the house to eat?
Nothing. I told you nothing. Why don't we go to Lem's?
Last night was a very late night. I got up very early this morning to get to the hospital. I have not spent my day watching television, watching football. I have been in the OR sewing up the results of a couple of New Year's Eve automobile accidents. Now, I am tired. I don't want to go out to eat. Now, I would appreciate it if you would clean up this house and make something for us to eat. An omelet would be fine.
You're tired? You think you're tired? Well, I'm more tired than you are, and I don't feel like whipping up an omelet.
Delia.
Look, I'll clean up the apartment if you help me. Okay, we'll have a drink, and then we'll decide what to do.
You'll do it if I help you?
Yeah.
What if I won't?
It's your apartment as well as mine.
Dee, part of growing up is taking responsibility for your own actions. Now, it was your idea to bring him here, and you're the one who's allowed him to make a shambles of this place.
I don't believe you. You're selfish. Selfish, that's what you are.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, go ahead. Be my guest.
And you are the one that's going to clean it up. Now, I am going back to the hospital where I plan on watching some football on TV, and when I return to this apartment, I expect to see it restored in some kind of order. Happy New Year!
Mary, do you have the copy of those last two items?
Of course.
Would you read me the first paragraph of the next to last item?
A spokesman for Precinct 27 confirmed tonight that police have begun a new crackdown on scofflaws.
Now, that's just fine. Now, from that one sentence, I've got the basic where, 27th Precinct, when, today, what, new crackdown, and who, the police against the scofflaws. Now, you've grabbed my attention. I want to hear more. It's good journalism.
Oh, thank you.
Now, would you please read me the first sentence of the last item?
Over at the other side of town, at the east side heliport, police encountered a problem of a different kind.
I'm sure you meant that as a tease, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, the effect is only confusing. I mean, I've got the East Side heliport and the police, and that's all. And now, would you read me what I believe is the most extraordinarily complicated second sentence?
After numerous complaints, including a number from joggers who questioned their own eyesight, officers located the predator who had been snatching brown paper bags, usually containing the lunches of people who settled on benches to eat their midday meal and watch the helicopters take off and land. Well, it's a lot of words.
That's too many words. The audience still doesn't know what the item is about.
In other words, I should have said something like, a 47-pound chimpanzee which had been snatching lunches from people who were eating outside near the East Side heliport was apprehended today?
Well, how about one monkey crime wave was brought to an end today by East Side Police?
Hey, that's good.
That gives them the basic who, where, what, and when, and I think it's provocative enough, so they'll stay tuned.
Yeah, this is pretty muddled, isn't it?
Very muddled, actually.
One monkey crime wave. That's good.
See, when you're dealing with a small news item, you've got to be simple and clear. Now, predator, that's a good word for an English composition, but a criminal or crime wave will communicate what you're trying to say.
Kiss.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't an invitation. K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, stupid.
Ah, never heard that before. It's a very sound precept.
Thank you for your help.
Not at all.
I love this job. I want to do well at it.
Persevere, then. See if we can't turn you into a first-rate newsman. Or, person, I believe they're saying nowadays.
Yes, I believe they are. And I'm going to be one.
Another 6 months on that thing, there won't be anybody better on the air.
I was a great debater in my youth. Did I ever tell you about that?
Several times.
What?
You two guys are impossible.
Look, what she's doing, she got from me, and he doesn't want to hear about it. Hey, I suppose you gave her the talent to do that, huh?
Nobody gave it to her, Johnny.
Ah, come on. What are you talking?
You want to believe that everything good she had, she inherited from you, huh? Okay, her looks, her gift of tongue, her tranquil disposition.
Ah, look, if you're trying to start a fight with me, Fernelli, you're doing a damn good job. 'Cause
Me?
if you keep up like this,
start a fight?
I'm going to get really angry.
All right. You two are standing here arguing about who likes her more. Now, what kind of a thing to argue about is that? If you want to pick a fight, why don't you try me? I mean, after all, I'm the one with the reservations.
Well, nobody wants to pick a fight with you.
That's right. Nobody wants to fight with you.
Well, good. That's something. You know, I like being here right now.
Yeah? How come?
Because I feel really needed. If I weren't here, you two guys would be a real calamity.
This is Dr. Coleridge.
Roger.
Adelia, what is it?
Come home, please.
Hey, honey, are you all right? Is little John hurt?
I'm not all right. Come home, please. It's an emergency.
All right, I'll be right there. Dee, what is it?
Roger.
Honey, what happened? Is he all... Where's little John?
I got mad at him and I started to yell at him and he went back into the closet to sulk.
Honey, is anyone hurt?
I'm hurt. Look.
Look at what, Dee?
Little John got his hands on this stupid putty and it got all over this and it's stuck in his room.
Is that the emergency?
Of course it is, Roger. My coat is ruined forever. Look at this.
Honey, it's not that I don't appreciate your concern for the coat.
That putty is all over everything.
Delia, this is not an emergency. You don't call me back for the hospital for this.
All you were doing was watching a football game.
It doesn't matter what I was doing. You don't do that to me.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Just don't pick on me right now. Look, you're a doctor and you're a scientist. Will this work? Will this get this stuff off of here before it sticks?
Just leave it alone. Take it to a furrier tomorrow.
You want me to leave it alone?
Yes. That leads me to a second thought. Custody suit or no custody suit, I think we've come to the end of the line where H.E. is concerned.
That's what I think.
We can't cope with it anymore.
So what are we supposed to do?
Why don't you call Maeve and see how she's coming along?
It's a good idea. I've been praying that her back gets better.
Yeah, let's hope she's improved.
I'll pray that she's improved.
Ryan's, home of that celebrated news person, Mary Ryan Finelli.
Hi, Johnny. It's me.
Oh, Dee, for heaven's sake, how are you?
Not bad at all. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
And Maeve?
She's fine.
Oh, good. That's wonderful. I've been praying that her back gets better. Last time I spoke to her, she was in such pain.
Oh, well, you see, her back's still giving her an awful lot of trouble. I mean, there's no improvement in that department, I'm afraid.
I thought you just said she was fine.
Well, she is, but it's just that she still can't lift anything, Dee.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, just a matter of time. Give her a few more days. Hey, how's little John doing? Is he having fun?
Oh, he's having a terrific time.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear that.
It's just that, the problem is with the three of us in this one little room, it just isn't very easy.
Well, it won't be more than a day or so, Dee. I'm sure of that.
A day or 2 days or what?
Look, we wouldn't ask you, Dee, if there was any choice. It's the only way. Maeve's sure of that.
Couldn't you possibly think of some other solution?
Dee, excuse me, but there's a couple of customers here, and I gotta go. Look, thanks very much for keeping little John, and we'll be back in touch as soon as Maeve's back gets better, okay?
Okay.
And I'm glad little John's having a good time. Must be a real treat for you to be spending so much time with him. The way you've been wanting to. So have fun, and we'll talk soon. Bye.
What was the last part?
He said we should have fun.
I never knew Johnny had a sense of humor.
Caught your act tonight, and the consensus was you were great.
For once, Jack and I agree.
You're gonna be a TV star, Mayor. Well, it's got a way to go.
No, you're there already, really. You were wonderful.
Yeah, well, that's not what Thatcher said.
What?
No, it was, you liked some of it, but the last part, the part about the chimp, was a mess.
Well, it looked all right to me.
It was muddled. You didn't know what the story was about until you got to practically the end, and the vocabulary was wrong.
That's quite an indictment.
Yeah, well, you just thought I was wonderful because you love me.
Well, I also have been a practicing newspaper man for quite a few years.
Yeah, but you're not a television journalist.
She's got you there, Jack.
What do you mean by that? What does he mean? I don't know anything about television? Oh, I see. I'm just a dumb newspaper man who never had a thought in his mind about the old boob tube, huh?
You didn't mean that.
Well, what do you mean when you said that Thatcher is a practicing journalist? Television journalist.
Well, all I meant is that he knows a damn sight more about it than I do. And I intend to learn absolutely everything that I can from him.
Oh, and I suppose that you have nothing more to learn from me.
Oh. I have learned so much from you, and I intend to continue to learn from you for the rest of my life. Just that it's his business. It's where he works, and if nothing else, he's my boss, so I've got to please him.
Well, that part's true.
Say, you got to dance with the guy who brought you, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
A boss is a boss is a boss.
And I am going to win him over. Before I'm finished with him, he's going to think I'm the best anchor person he's ever had.
You bet you will.
Well, you sure it's worth it, Mary? I mean, if the guy is so super critical.
Oh, he's not super critical. It's just that he thinks that things should be done exactly right. And I agree.
Well, you sound like two of a kind.
Listen, we are as alike as night and day. It's just he's like aloof and proper and formal, but he's a good newsman.
And what are you?
Well, I'm flighty and in love with you.
Well, we agree on that.
We agree on a lot of things. Hey, you know,
Yeah.
in some ways Thatcher reminds me of Ed Coleridge. Remember how you had to fight to get through to him? Well, that's what I'm up against, and it's just gonna take a while, that's all.
Poor Thatcher. If Mary's decided to win him over, he doesn't stand a chance.
Thatcher thinks that he's the only person who can do a news story right. But I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna do it right and super right.
What if you could change your past? Erica does, every week, because sometimes the only way to move forward is to go back. A new original primetime drama, Being Erica, Thursdays at 10 on SoapNet.